So I think I talked in my last video about minor sounds and how I feel like it's really easy to get intermediate at the minor stuff, but to really get beyond that and do something special with minor tonalities, I feel like it's a little challenging, and that's something I struggle with. So whenever I find something that can fit in the minor realm, but not just sound like every other minor song, I always love it and try to dissect what it is. One of my favorite tricks has been playing an arpeggio over a minor chord and getting a completely new sound. So if you take A minor and you take the relative major, which would be C, and you play the major 7th arpeggio, it gives you a really cool, different sound to work into a minor. So that way it doesn't always sound too bluesy, or it just doesn't sound like every other minor song. Kind of gives it more of an angular attack. It almost sounds like it's outside, but it's not. And what's nice about that relative major arpeggio is it actually hides the root, so you could keep building that tension. And then when you want, you can finally hit the root to resolve it, which works really well with those minor tonalities where you might be wanting to build some tension and some more unresolved emotive feel to it. So what I do is I put on like an A minor ambient sound, and I know I have that full C major scale, which is the same thing as the A minor scale, and I know the A minor pentatonic is here. And of course I know my A minor triads are here. You know, I know where all that lives. And then I just take that C major and I highlight that. And if I want to resolve it, I'll go to the root. And then you can just work on that in every position. And if you keep working on it, eventually you'll get free. Get a different minor sound. One of my favorite film scores lately actually uses that trick. It's over A minor, and it's just right with that C major arpeggio. So he hides that root note, and then for that next passage, so it's a pretty easy thing to incorporate once you get those major 7th arpeggios under your fingers. I do love the major 7th arpeggio because I feel like that half step is what gives you this unique sound. So I feel like the flat 7th arpeggio, it almost sounds just like a little bit of a different pentatonic. You know, it doesn't feel, to me, it doesn't quite have the same unique angular sound that major 7th one does. And what that move does is it allows you to use that arpeggio in that minor tonality. So I've been using it just to pull myself away from, my normal kind of minor sounds. It gives me just something a little more angular. And the other thing I learned from that lick I showed you, that score that I've been liking, is the wide intervals is also a nice move, especially for minor sounds. You're jumping up a fifth there. And then you jump up a fifth here. those are two things I've been doing with minors. Yeah, work on the wide intervals and adding that major seventh arpeggio. It sounds complicated, but it's really pretty easy to do. The last thing I didn't mention was that I usually do these in one octave, so I don't run the whole thing. You know, I start at one C and go to the next C.